gonna be safe and sound tonight.
Hello, so today is a very somber day. I am announcing my temporary retirement from YouTube and inventions and mathematics. And this breaks my heart really because I want to continue, but I really don't feel appreciated. I think it's obvious to everyone that I'm unappreciated. And the root cause is ideological and it's rooted in envy. And envy is a extremely dangerous, extremely toxic thing that has pervaded all of society. I don't know why and I don't know how. It's very strange to me. I made a poll once on a Facebook group, a very large Facebook group, asking what is the deadliest sin currently of the 7 deadly sins. And I was expecting greed or sloth to be number one, but it was envy. Above and beyond, everyone said envy is the number one problem with society. And that was like last year, I think. And really, I've seen this come front and center. On social media, I've seen it really come to the forefront, and it's killing us. It's destroying society, and I really feel that it has been destroying society for decades. Why don't we see anyone able to rise up and able to distinguish themselves with their talent and their creativity and build something beautiful for everyone to share? Why does that never happen? Why do we never see that happen? And it's because we tear those people down. We attack those people. It's like we have an immune disorder. Like we're all white blood cells, and society has an immune disorder. And we are seeking out and attacking and destroying the best members of society, the greatest members of society, people we should be following and people we should be lifting up. That's how you get a prosperous society. That's how you get a society that advances. You find your best, you find your brightest, you find your most creative, your hardest working. People who have their finger on the pulse of reality, who seem to have figured things out. Those people you should be seeking the counsel of. You should be reaching out to, you should be lifting up, you should be centering as your leadership. But instead we have this bizarre, hateful popularity contest. And that's what we've decided should run society. That's what we've decided should be our focus, is who can conjure up the most hate. What political figure can conjure up the most hate and become the most popular in our satanic democratic system that doesn't follow any morality, doesn't follow any ethics. We're like an organism that's attacking itself, that's consuming itself with this immunodeficiency called communism and Marxism. Not to be egotistical or narcissistic here, but I mean, look at what I've created with my mind and my talent and my keyboard. Okay, that's not equality. There's no equality there. Like, compared to 50 million college students over the last 50 years, who has accomplished more? Have I accomplished more than 50 million college students studying for the last 50 years? Just sitting around by myself on my computer? Objectively, yes. Far, far more. And I'm just trying to do the best for myself and my kids and for greater society and for you. And I'm so hated for it. It's envy. It's all envy. Where is the gratitude? You have to step back and say, why am I not grateful for this? Why am I not thankful for this? What the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with us? It's absurd. It's crazy. It's insanity. We claim to have this society that lifts up innovation and lifts up entrepreneurship and lifts up excellence and intelligence and all these things. But none of that's true. None of that's true at all. It's the opposite. We crush innovation. We crush excellence. We crush intelligence. You know, we raise up the voices that say gender doesn't exist and all white people are racist and kill all white men. Those are the voices that get raised up. Those are the voices that get amplified and multiplied. Those are the the campaigns that we want to finance. Why? It's envy. It's madness. It's collectivist madness. Everyone has in their head that Marxism is good, capitalism is bad. Marxism's good, capitalism's bad. Over and over and over again, just running in your head like this neurotic. It's a neuroses. It's a mental illness. It's insanity. And why can't we just step back and say, you know what? Maybe I should give praise and give gratitude where praise and gratitude is deserved. It might feel a little uncomfortable the first or second time you do it, but believe me, it feels really good. It makes your soul feel good to do that, to acknowledge someone else or something else outside of yourself, outside of your own selfishness and greed and hate, to embrace the positivity of the universe, to embrace the positivity of the future, makes you feel amazing. And that's all I'm suggesting with this video, on top of announcing my temporary retirement. And I have a hell of a lot more ideas. I have a hell of a lot more inventions that turn arcology into a goddamn science fiction movie. And it's all within economics, it's all within physics, it's all within mathematics. But I'm just not going to talk about any of it, and I'm not going to make any videos about any of that anymore. Maybe I'll make videos about politics, but the inventions are done. They're over with. The mathematics are done, and the mathematics are over with. I've given enough knowledge, and I've given enough visions of the future that I want, and the future that we all should want. But no one seems to want it, so why continue? Why continue when society hates you, and hates justice, and hates equality, and hates a world that helps the working class and frees the working class and frees us from peak oil and fossil fuel depletion and a giant host of other things. So I probably have at least a dozen incredible inventions that I've never discussed on this channel and never discussed online, and I suppose I never will, unless, of course, everyone listening to this changes their tune and stops taking advantage of me. You know, why would I not be a part of the future when I'm the one working so hard to build it and I'm the one dreaming it into existence? That doesn't make sense. I'm a pretty nice guy when people are nice to me. It would actually shock you. I know I come off as an asshole on social media, and a lot of times maybe on this YouTube channel too, but that's because people aren't nice to me. When I'm treated nicely and when I'm treated fairly, I treat everyone else fairly. I treat you fairly. But you know, it's gotta be a two-way street. It can't be a one-way street. If kindness is a one-way street, people walk all over you, people treat you like shit, people don't look at you like you're less than human. That's exactly what's going on right now. Despite the quality of the ideas and the creativity of the content and the impact of the ideas and the mathematics and the inventions. It's a total disregard for me as a human being. It's a total disregard for greater society by ignoring and suppressing these ideas. And by ignoring and suppressing me, I mean, if you think I'm doing well by myself with no funding and no team, imagine if I wasn't by myself with no funding and no team. It's really incredible how dismissed I've been my entire life just because I offer ideas. I offer new ideas, and I've always done that. It's how my mind works. It's just constantly generating new ideas my entire life. And people don't like new ideas. People don't want new ideas. People are vicious towards new ideas. And they don't want to hear the new news. They want to hear the old news. They want to hear the talking points. They want to hear the talking points very loudly and very passionately and repeated over and over and over again. And they get louder and louder and louder. That's what people really want to hear. And that's what people are given all of the time. Because you just, you instinctively know that that's what people want. They don't want anything new. They don't want anything nuanced or complicated. Anything that disrupts their mental framework too much. I mean, that's the big one. If you have ideas that disrupt people's mental framework, then they get very, very angry when you utter those. My God. I have certainly lost a whole lot of friends by telling them to buy Bitcoin when they were $10 each. I lost a whole lot of friends. No one wants to have that conversation. But yeah, it's very strange. People will I know this has been said 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, but people will march off a cliff if the ruling class tells them to do it. People will jump off a bridge if the TV and the ruling class tells them to do it. And we see that more and more and more as time goes on. I mean, just look at World War II, for God's sakes. Like, that's terrifying. It's permanently and forever a scar on our collective history and what we are capable of in a bad way. What I'm trying to offer, what I'm offering everyone with this channel, is what we're capable of in a good way. What is good capable of if we rally together around good ideas? What is humanity capable of if we rally around mathematics and construction and creation? We have such a propensity for destruction. I mean, look at some of these weapons of death. It's really incredible from a scientific standpoint, but beyond that, I'm not really impressed with the whole objective of weapons of death. And we need to focus on creation. We need to focus on manifesting our greatest dreams, manifesting God's kingdom. And this is what I'm trying to create. This is what I'm trying to show for everyone, for my kids, for you, for your neighbors, so we can stop hating each other, so we can stop this nonsense. And if you read the Trinity contracts, the Trinity contracts are such a beautiful synthesis of everyone's political neuroses, everyone's tribalism. It's a melding of both worlds. And I really feel that the right wing are certainly up to compromise. I mean, I have not yet met an ANCAP who is against communes. I have not met an ANCAP who is against unions. I have not met an ANCAP who is against charity or things of that nature. And a lot of them are even fine with like communist city-states and things like that. But the Marxists have no sense of secession. They have no sense of compromise. They have no sense of political alternatives. Everything is about dominance and hate and dominance and hate. And now destruction. And literally half of the country is on fire right now, very suspiciously. And, they were just rioting for 3 months and starting things on fire for 3 months. And then they stopped rioting, and now all the forests are on fire. So, it doesn't take a genius to connect the dots, honestly. And this is just a tragedy. This level of destruction, this level of hate. It's all envy. Stop it. Stop being envious. Be thankful. Have gratitude. Sit down for 15 minutes or 20 or 30 minutes and just meditate on gratitude. Meditate on pizza, on root beer, on cars and gasoline and green grass and your partner's sexuality and everything, all of it, all of reality, art, Hollywood, music, sports, forests, sunsets, skydiving. Like, I don't know, I could just go on and on. And like, what are you worked up about? You're worked up about the bills? You worked up about bills? That's what I'm trying to get rid of. That's my fight. That's my battle. And you're all fucking hating on me. Like, my God. And people are like, the communists say, oh, everything has to be free. Everything has to be free. I'm going to fight to the death for everything to be free forever. And I'm sorry, but that's not how the world works. That's not how the universe works. Okay? Nothing in science is 0%, and nothing in science is 100%. There is never, in all of science and in all of physics, there is never a perfect extreme one way or the other. You could go out into the depths of space, and you're still going to find tiny little particles of gas floating around. Even space is not a perfect vacuum, okay? So, in your Marxist utopia, nothing will ever be perfectly free, especially housing and cars and gasoline. Everything's going to be free for everyone forever, and no one's going to have to work ever again. You're delusional. You're fucking delusional. Stop it. Okay? I'm doing the best I can to reduce bills because that's my agenda. My agenda is to make everything as cheap as possible for people. And my agenda is to alleviate the financial necessity and the financial burden of living on this planet. And a large part of that is reducing our energy consumption, is reducing our outside resources that we need to survive, and more importantly, to survive. Because a human being could live in, honestly, you could live in a 6x6 concrete cell, and you get fed rice once a day, right? You get a bowl of rice every day. You could survive in those conditions, but you're not thriving. You're not happy. You don't have variety. You don't have entertainment. You don't have socialization. You don't have what you need as a human being. So the real trick of a 21st century world is to maximize the lifestyle, to maximize our lifestyle as a human being while minimizing the required resources, especially fossil fuels, and metals. You know, metals are pretty important too, and recycling and all that stuff. But like, that's the real trick. Is and you can't get 100% lifestyle and 0% resource. That's not how the universe works. It never has, and it never will. And the Marxists think they have it all figured out when they haven't come up with any ideas. They haven't come up with any solutions. Their only solution is burning shit down and killing people. How does that maximize the lifestyle of the human experience and minimize resource consumption? It doesn't. It doesn't do. They don't even have the formula. They don't even have the goal. They don't even know where they're headed or what path they need to go down to make the world a better place. It's just destroy, destroy, destroy. We are going to build a utopia by increasing racism, increasing hatred, increasing division, burning down buildings, shutting down the economy, destroying people's lives and relationships, and then violence too. Violence and forest fires. This is their path to utopia. This is what they believe will create a perfect world. And like, look at Oregon right now. Look at California right now. Like, good Lord, unbelievable. This is the fruit of their labor. This is the chickens coming home to roost. And I don't know, if you want me to continue with my path, if you want me to continue with my goals and my agenda, which I think is very clear by now, based on how much content I've created and how much knowledge I've given the world, I think my agenda is extremely clear, and I think my character is extremely clear. But if no one wants to work with me, then why am I going to continue to work? If no one's going to collaborate and lift me up and help me generate the world and the vision that I have, then why would I continue to produce this vision, and why would I continue to do all of this work? And why would I continue to invent and create? I've already given so much, and there's no gratitude. There's no thank you. There's no, no doors are opening. So maybe it was all a mistake. I make so many mistakes by believing in humanity. I think all of my greatest mistakes in life is because I believed in people. Every single tragic mistake in my life can be boiled down to that one fact, is that I had faith in humanity. It's destroyed me over and over and over again. And maybe this YouTube channel is just another example of that, which really, I can't imagine a bigger tragedy. A tragedy.